and every one of you. Praying that the Lord is doing a mighty thing even in your very lives. This is African Media with your host Alex Mugo. We are blessed to be here this day, rejoicing even in the Lord for the many blessings that He continues to pour out unto us. Just a shout out. We want to say even thank you to our sponsors, Certified Homes Kenya. You know, you can see the details all here. The people in the diaspora, there are houses to be bought, there's land to be bought. So check them out, and we pray that you get something that you love. Thank you so much. So today in our show, we are blessed. We are really, really humbled to have a sister with us. She will tell us where she's from. She will tell us a little bit of, her journey to Canada. She wants to talk today mostly about finances, imparting life on this topic that so many people kind of neglect. Teach us a little bit of finances, teach us a little bit of the do's and the don'ts, even as we pray that this will be a blessing to you. My sister, welcome so much. Please just introduce yourself, feel free.
All right, so hi everyone, my name is Justine Charlemagne, and if you can feel that I have an accent, it's a mix of everything. I was born in Haiti, grew up in Montreal, and now living in Calgary. So I think like 1986, my dad decided that he wanted the best opportunity for us to come and get the best life in Canada. So here we are. I am in Canada now for 36 years old.
36 years.
Exactly.
So you came, the entire family with your dad?
Yes, and at that time it was my mom and my 3 siblings.
Okay.
So we came after 2 years that he was in Canada, and then it was truly a blessing at that time. We didn't understand what my dad was doing for us in that moment, but later on, after being in Canada and seeing like all the opportunities that we have compared to back home in Haiti, we feel like it was a blessing. And then we thank God every day for the decision that my dad made.
Lovely, lovely. So you say 3 siblings. Are you the eldest or are you the youngest?
I am the youngest in the family.
Oh,
Yes, I'm the spoiled one.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So the other siblings are also here in Canada, in Montreal, in Calgary, or in Toronto?
Currently, my brother, who used to be in Calgary, who is the reason why I moved to Calgary, but he went back to Quebec, and then I have 2 other sisters who lives in Ottawa.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any memories in growing up in Haiti or being born in Haiti? How was that?
Oh my God, that is a very good question, because what I can remember the most in Haiti was like summertime. Summertime, we had amazing time with friends, and then we had mangoes. We went everywhere at my grandma. So those are the best memories that I have. And then I wish that I had time to grow up more in Haiti, to learn more, because that is something that I'm missing, like knowing more about my own country. And there's a lot of things that I don't know that I'm still trying to dig and see who is Haiti in reality, right?
Haiti sounds like mostly a tropical kind of a place.
It is considered as a Caribbean place. And then, so we have so many beautiful things in Haiti. Whenever that they show Haiti, they don't really show the good part of Haiti. But we do have amazing things in Haiti, which one day I wish to go back and then, do a report so people can see who we truly are as Haitian people.
Yeah, I don't like that about the news and such. They always show the other side, not showing the good part of Haiti, the good part of where people come from. So were you able to go back have you been able to go back after you came to Canada?
Oh yeah, several times.
Okay.
The first time I went back to Haiti, that was 1996. I was truly blessed because I saw my grandma, and then a couple of months after that, she passed away. So I took it like a good sign. I'm like, God really sent me to say goodbye to her, because she was an amazing person. And then after that, also as part of my career, which we will not talk a lot about today, but I also came from the entertainment. So I used to have my beauty pageant contest, Miss Exotica, and then I did that for 10 years in Montreal. Montreal and 1 year in Haiti. So that was in 2002 we did that in Haiti. It was amazing. But unfortunately, that's when politically it was a chaos, so I couldn't go back. And then unfortunately, last time I went to Haiti, that was in 2005. My dad, who passed away in Montreal, was a very traditional man and always told us like, if I ever pass away in Canada, you have to take me to Haiti. So that's what we did in 2005. Since then, I wasn't able to go back due to the condition, what's happening. Yeah.
So walk us through, you are young, you just moved to Canada. Walk us through that. Walk us through, you're going to starting school in Canada, starting your life in Canada.
Yeah.
Walk us through, you know, the kind of life that you lived in Montreal and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I was blessed enough to go to Montreal when I was young because I moved to Canada. I was 11 years old.
11.
So I was able to do all my education just like every other Canadian people, like going to high school, college, university. I've done them. And I think it was a great thing at that moment because I get to learn Canada, to see the opportunities that we have. But I didn't feel the rush like to do something right away. Especially like we didn't the information that we have today, we didn't have them back then. Like finances, for example. This is something that was missing. We go to school, but nobody's telling you you should do this, you should do that, and then the next thing you know, like you old.
I guess there's a difference. There's a difference when you come in as young and you know now this is home.
Yes.
Versus when you just come in and you're not sure if you're gonna stay or
Exactly.
not gonna stay. Yeah. So you knew you're gonna stay. You knew that this is home, so you just took your sweet time.
Exactly, and you touch a very good point. Compare people who I would say over 30 years old, who come from another country and move to Canada. They come with a goal. They say like, okay, I'm going to Canada for this opportunity. I'm going to work. I'm going to buy a house. But us who grew up there, we don't have that rush. We don't feel like I have to do this, especially at my age. I didn't have people that I'm sending money back to, so I don't know anybody there. So it was different for me compared to other immigrants that we have coming from other type of country. But yes, so that's the huge difference when you come at a young age and when you come like a certain age that you're ready for a career. Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. So you're 11 years old and you get into high school. Beauty pageants, they start interesting you, or you get into that a little bit before you get into finances?
Yeah, so I was a model. I started working as a model. I was 14 years old and absolutely loved it. But because I was not that tall, so I couldn't make like the big career that I wanted to, but I love it. So I said like, why not offering this opportunity to other young lady, which I have done for 10 years. I opened the beauty pageant contest and help the young women who wanted to become a model, guide them, lead them, and then most of them became something big. Like a lot of them like have done amazing. Some of them are working on TV in Montreal right now. Some of them became singers, famous singers. So yes, that was something that I'm very proud of, to be able to say like I have contributed in somebody's career. And then most of the time now, then when you talk to them, they will say like, yes, this is how I started. And then I'm truly blessed to have known Justin at that time. Yeah, it was great.
Beautiful. So your interest comes in. Sorry to hear about your dad.
Yeah.
He passed away when you're working already? Or?
Yes. Actually, when my dad passed away, I was involved in politics in Montreal. That was one of the last decision that he helped me take in Montreal because 2005, because I was very well known in my community, so they asked me if I wanted to become a city councillor. So I run. Obviously, I didn't win, but it was a very good experience.
Yeah.
And then also I
So
run.
this is right after high school, college?
Oh yeah, right after. Well, college was most likely in 1995. I would say like it was like in my adulthood.
Okay.
Yeah, when I started to say like, you know what, I'm an entrepreneur and what do I want to do? Because to be honest, I never wanted to work for a company.
Yeah.
I always wanted to work for my own self and say like, hey, you know what, I went to school, I'm learning this, but it's for my own benefit, not to work for a company.
yeah.
So the entrepreneurship was there. So in 2006, they asked me if I wanted to run as a candidate to become a deputy in federal.
Yeah.
So I asked my dad. I said, Dad, what do you think I should do? And then he said, you know what? What do you have to lose? I said, I have nothing to lose. Worst scenario, I will learn. I will learn how to run a campaign. I will learn networking. And he said, then you go for it. And then he did campaign with me, did door to door all the time. And unfortunately, that was the last thing that he did in his life.
Wow.
Because right after we got the result, 1 week after, he's not feeling well at that time and asked me to take him to the hospital. And then that's when we learned that he had a cancer. And then, yeah.
So sorry about to hear that.
Yeah, it was hard.
This must have really affected you.
Yeah.
Affected the whole campaign things and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Well, it really affected me on a way as a young woman. As a young woman, I was not married at that time, and then nobody knew at that time. But I was pregnant of my first child, and then I didn't get a chance to tell him because you know, like as a woman, when you get pregnant, we say like, don't say it right away. So I didn't get a chance to tell him, hey, Dad, I'm pregnant, and then I think that really affected me on a way that my dad never get a chance to see my kids, and my kids never get a chance to have a grandpa. So that really affected me on that way, saying like, hey, you know what? He did so much for me, and I didn't get a chance to give that back to him. So yeah, it was really hard. It's still hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So you bury your dad. You're pregnant, and in this season, what are you working through? What are you thinking of advancing into finances or continue with politics or?
At that moment, I was so devastated. I was not thinking about my career.
None of that.
No, it's especially finances because I was not into finance at that time at all. Actually, as a matter of fact, if there's something that I didn't want to talk to people when I was younger was religion and politics, because like people are so like judgmental. If you don't have the same mentality, if you don't have the same views with them, they don't like that. So I said like, but I have done both. I have done politics and I have been involved in church and I have been involved in finances, which was like totally different.
A little bit of church. How did you get involved in church? Through your parents or by your own?
I actually get involved in church like really later. Unfortunately, I was not blessed in that way because the father of my child passed away, and then he got cancer in 2016. And 2017, unfortunately, after trying chemotherapy, it didn't work, so he died. And that's when I got involved in church. And I felt like it was a moment for me that if I didn't go to church, I don't think I would be able to talk to you right now because my level of faith went down because I know we're not supposed to question God's action, but that was one of the things that I learned at that moment also, not to question his action because I was saying like, why now? Well, we were so young, my kids were so young, and then I wanted to go to church and then asking all these questions, talking to my pastor. My pastor's wife actually truly helped me at that moment. It was a great moment to ask questions, so many things that I didn't know. And then I started going to church more often, offering help at the church on the finances because at that moment I got so much knowledge, so I share with them at the church. But it was hard.
Where does the support start from? So you've just lost your dad in 2006, right? You are pregnant.
Yeah.
You're going through life in a very tough situation. I've come to actually have a lot of respect for ladies. I think you guys carry so much.
Yeah.
Some of them that we don't even know as men. And you get to sit down with ladies and you get to talk to them. You get to realize the many things that they have gone through, experiences that they have gone through that will literally break someone.
Yeah.
So you get a support system from your family, or where do you get this support system after losing your dad, even before we get to losing your husband?
To be honest, after losing my dad, personally, I didn't go for support. I didn't know. I didn't know I could get support from church. I didn't know I could get support from my community. So I think at that moment, it is fair to say I just suck it up and learn how to live with that. Because I didn't I didn't know that even meeting with a psychologist could help. Because who would tell you, right?
By this time, you're how old? 2016? If you don't mind me asking.
At that moment, I think I was 29. Yes,
Wow.
I was 29. And then beside my grandma at that time, I never lost somebody significant like that. So it was like, yeah, I see people dying, but like they were not like close enough to say like, oh my God, I'm devastated. I can't live without them. So when my husband passed away, it was harder for me than my dad because this is somebody that you live with 24 hours a day. And then suddenly the next day, you know, like, this is it. You'll never be able to see that person in your eyes beside the memories that you have, the pictures that you have, that's all. So that's when I started reaching out for help, which I always encourage people. If you're going through something and you feel like you can't do all by yourself, you need to reach out to someone or any support that you can get because it will help you.
So your dad passes away, you're pregnant, and then all of a sudden you get married to your husband?
I actually never married my husband. I call him my husband because I love him so much. To be honest, I never believed in marriage and wedding.
What about
He did ask me 3 times actually to marry, and I said no all the time, which I regretted it because I feel like if there was someone that I should have married in my life, it should have been him. But unfortunately, I have met so many couples who got divorced, and I was scared. I was scared of getting married and say like, hey, getting the same outcome. But I know I would have never left him. Like he was an amazing man.
So you're married to, you're married with the first child, I guess, or you started living with him with the first child?
Yeah, yeah.
And how many kids did you have with him?
3.
Three children with him, and then all of a sudden, now this cancer shows up. Speak about that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How that must have been tough.
It was really tough. It was really tough because everybody, when you have somebody that you love, and then you see the future. You're not seeing like, you're not making plans like tomorrow we're gonna leave each other. So you start seeing us growing up together, like being old and then holding hands, going for a walk. That was our plan. That was our plan. And then suddenly he was not feeling well, and then we decided that we're gonna see a doctor. And then 2 weeks after, that was a diagnostic, and then we're like, okay, so what do we do at that moment? And then my husband was a very handsome guy, tall black man, and then suddenly when you see that person who used to be like so energetic, dynamic, and then cannot do anything on their own anymore, that was the part that was tough.
Yeah, and how old are the kids in this season?
At that moment, my first daughter just turned 10 years old.
The first one? Okay.
And then my second daughter was 9. She was just about to become 10. Actually, that moment, we already made plans. We bought tickets to go to Hawaii to celebrate, because that was her wish, to go celebrate her 10th birthday in Hawaii. So we had to cancel everything because he passed away in May, and then the trip was booked for July. So that's why I always tell people, like, whenever that you have something to do, do it when you can, while you can, because you never know.
So your husband gets sick, he goes to the hospital, diagnosed, and you end up losing him a couple of months later.
Yeah.
And this is tough. The family is here in
Yeah,
Canada?
well, that's exactly what I was going to say. The second part that was really tough for us, our family was still in Montreal at that time, especially his family. His sister and mom came to visit, and then thank God they came at that time because it was going to be the last good moment that they would be spending with him. And then yeah, so in May, I think like the sister came here May 4th, and then
Where did they come from?
from Montreal.
From Montreal.
Oh yeah, from
They're
Montreal.
also from Haiti?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
We are both from Haiti country, and then yeah. So after that, I agree for him to go to Montreal to see if there's any last chance that we could have, even though that we know it was not going to work. We say like, hey, you know what? Why not try? But when we thought it was end, we say like it's better that it's happening in Montreal instead of every family members come to Calgary. It's better that yeah. And then he went there. 2 days after that, that was it.
Wow.
So that was we took that decision, I would say, at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, from the diagnosis to the time that he passes, how long of a period was that?
That was 9 months.
Months.
Yeah, that was 9 months because we did chemotherapy for 9 months also.
Nothing prepares you for that.
Nothing prepares you for that. And then you know what? Even if it was like for more than years after that, you can never be prepared. You can, yes, and mentally you would never be ready because no matter when it's happening, you always feel like it's too soon.
This is your best friend.
It should not happen. Why? You know, you have a lot of wise questions that come in, which you will never get answers for. But yeah, it's tough. It's
So,
still today.
Your husband, your dad is gone, your husband is gone, and
Yeah.
now you're left with 3 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And walk us from there. Who
Well,
who do you become
yeah.
in this world?
And that is a very good question. Who do you become? At that moment, you become a hopeless person. Yeah, you become a hopeless person because for you, like I remember saying, like I'll never be able to be with a man after that because I have lost like all the significant men who were in my life. My dad, the one and only man that I've ever loved, was gone. So why would I spend time with another man and love somebody else and see them gone after that? So, but I think like a part of me, the mother that I was what kept me alive. My 3 kids. When I look at them and I said like, you know, if it wasn't for my 3 children, I don't even think I would stay in this life because there was no need for me to stay in this life saying like, okay, I'm going to have the best life ever. You don't see a good life after that. You don't see anything positive. Like what else? Yeah, for me, I remember like, okay, what is the next step? What else is going to come to my life? And then you always think about like the negative part because so far, yes, you have built an amazing life, but it's all gone.
Wow.
It's all gone. So
And
yeah.
this is the season that you decide, okay, I'm getting to church. I'm going to church.
Yeah. I think that was the best decision I've ever made. I even got baptized after that. Yes. It was so important for me. My level of faith went so high because without thinking like Jesus was there for me, I don't think I would be able to make it on my own. As strong as people keep saying like, oh my God, you're a strong lady and stuff like that. But I think like if I didn't go through the Bible, I read the Bible I think at least twice, even though I still need to read it again and learn more because we are never knowledgeable enough about the Bible, right? But I think like the level of faith that I have guide me to the church and then talk to people, learn, ask questions and see like, okay, I had to accept to live with that. And it was very important to know like how I'm going to accept it with so much anger that I had in my heart because my husband is gone.
And this is anger from Everything.
From everything, yes, from everything. I remember like even anger with God, right? Because you would be saying like, why me? Why it's happened to me? Why it's happened to my kids? Yeah. And yes, so then again, that's when I learned like, I'm not supposed to say that, because one of the things that my pastor told me, you can't say why me. If you say why me, it's like you were saying like, it should have happened to somebody else, not me. So I had to readjust myself, readjust my faith, how I'm seeing God, how I'm seeing like his action, and then let go some anger and see like, hey, you know what? At least he's not suffering anymore. That's what I was saying. Like I said, like I know him. I know he wouldn't want to suffer. And then that's how I started slowly to accept it. And even if it's been like since 2017, and I'm still on the denial, like why it's happened at that moment, why I didn't get my happy ending, like growing up with him, like we planned to do together. Yeah.
Wow. So you just start accepting slowly.
Yeah.
The Lord is helping you.
Yeah.
The Lord is faithful in that way.
Yes.
You know, He's
Yes.
the only one that
Amen.
brings peace.
Amen.
Where you are like, how can I find peace?
Yeah.
And this is amazing. So you move forward, and you raising kids by yourself.
Yeah.
Walk us a little bit about that, and even how you got into finances. Yeah.
Yeah, I got into finances in 2014. 2014, when some people were saying like, you know what, if you want to make money, because at that time, to be honest, it was all about money. It was about like making money, that passive income that everybody is looking for. I wanted that, and then I felt like if I have a career as a financial advisor, then I don't need to be worried about money. So I got licensed and then start learning about the financial industry. And then that was one of the best decisions I made in my entire life. At that moment, not only I learned for myself, I learned like what to do for myself, and I learned also how to help other people. Because by helping other people, even though that we are not thinking like I'm doing this for money, but there's money that's come with it. So that part was good. So I was killing two birds at the same time, because I love helping people. And then that's what helped me also to answer your second part of the question. As a single mom, here I am, my husband just left with 3 kids. What do I do? And then I don't have a 9-to-5 job. So, and I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, because I want to be with my kids. All I want to do is, if I'm crying, if they're crying, I want to be there for them, hold them, hug them, and kiss them, and reassure them that things will be okay.
Be a mom,
exactly.
and also be a dad at the same time.
I was a mom and
dad.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Everything.
Goodness.
I was everything for them. This is why, like, my kids for Father's Day, actually, they treat me, because, like, it's not only on Mother's Day, because, like, I have to be firm when I have to be. Yeah, and being a single mom, I knew it was going to be hard, but I never want to be that person. I didn't want to be like a single mom, because that's what people see. Because everything who would go wrong, they would say, oh, that's normal. She's a single mom. So I had to work like more than 100% in order for my kids to feel like, yes, I'm missing my dad, but in any other area, I'm not missing, because my mom is working as a mom and as a dad to give us a life. And then, I had to work harder and even go back to school to make it happen. And I have 2 daughters. My first 2 kids or daughters. I wanted to show them, even if you are a single mom, there's a lot of things that you can do. And also at that moment, I think I was 41 when my husband passed away. So I'm a single mom and I'm 41. What can you do at that age? Because most of people will say like, you're old, there's nothing you can do. So your life is done, right? So, but I took that opportunity. I even went back. I did accounting specialty payroll at the college. And then later on, I registered myself, like when I was 45, I did the master degree in psychology. And then, because my goal is to become a psychologist, which is close to be happening. And thank God for that. But it's all about the resiliencies, you know, like everything that I've been going through, that's helped me say like, hey, you know what? You went through so much. There is so many things that you can do to help other people. Like a lot of single women always reach out to me, Justine, how do you do it? Like financially, socially, how do you survive? And I help them. And there's no money involved. Like it's just like me giving back to the community to see how I can help people. Because I always think like it's not about just giving someone some money that you're helping them. There are sometimes also you can just give an advice to someone, think that didn't see that way. When they see it like, oh my God, I didn't see it that way. So yes, thank you for helping me. Like it's like God sent you to my life. Many people told me that, and then yeah, it has always been like that. And but financial is something that we always say it should have been taught in school. Like you know how you learn about like ecology or all those kind of things. Finance should be taught at school, because we keep telling our kids, go to school, get a career, get a degree, and you will be making money. But we don't tell them like how to save for that money when they get it. We don't tell them how to budget. We don't tell them like how to spend your money, which is the best part, because everybody can make money. But what you do with that money, how you spend it, that's the difference about like making money and having money.
And you can make it and it can end up destroying your
Exactly.
life as
Because we all make money, right? We all make money, whatever that we do, whatever the source of income. But what's left from that money that you are having? So this is where, as a financial advisor, I think it's really important for people to understand, like you should reach out. Everybody has their career. Everybody has their strength. And then when people go to see a financial advisor and ask questions, whether it's to buy a house, where do you start? Credit is the first part, but most of people don't work on their credit. When some people that I'm meeting, when I'm like, okay, what's your credit score right now? Some of them don't even know, and I'm showing them how do you save money to buy a house? How do you save money for kids' education? How do you save money, which bring me back when my husband passed away. Unfortunately, when my husband passed away, he didn't have any life insurance in place, because he did have some pre-existing condition, so he couldn't even have life insurance at that moment because it was too late, which is one of the things that we are teaching people as well, how life insurance is important. But especially in the Black community, we don't want to talk about that. Yes, we ignore, because we think like it's going to bring bad luck if we're talking about like life insurance. People will like, oh, nothing will happen to me, or I'm too young to think about it. But it's not about just life insurance. My specialty is really critical illness. So I'm always telling people like, what if something happened, which it can happen, which it happened to me, because when my husband was sick, one of the things that I wish that I had, it's more money. Have I had more money, I could have taken for more trips, you know, like live that life that we wanted to do within 9 months. But if you don't have money.
And even some sense of comfort.
Exactly.
I recognize something beautiful you say. You say that once all that happens, one of the most important decisions that you made is turn to Christ, turn to the Lord. And the other one that you made, the most important, was literally learning about money.
Yes.
And educating yourself.
Exactly.
And keeping yourself into that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. If I didn't have that, if I didn't have my career as a financial advisor, I wouldn't be able to spend that much time with my kids. Because being with the company that I am right now, I'm still with them since 2018, I was able to build a passive income. So whether I was going to work or not, I was still making money, which allowed me to still have money and still be with my kids. And those are the things that we need to teach people. Having a degree is amazing, but there are also other ways that you still can make money on a passive way and have that life that you wanted and financially.
Take us through some of those ways. We want money. We want to be able to save money, to make the right decisions. You know, and we need people like you. We need people like you that are able, even just the fact that that you have gone through all that and seeing where you are right now.
Yes.
Walk us through that. Walk us through some, especially the newcomers, and even we that
Yeah.
have been here for a long time. We have made so many
Yes.
terrible mistakes when it comes to finances.
Yeah.
No life insurance, you end up, So walk us through some of these things.
And it's very important, especially for newcomers. I'm always talking to people who just moved to Canada to try to help them. You said it, we want money. And then money, usually people don't want to talk about money. They don't want to, especially with church people.
They say that money is the root of all evil.
Exactly.
But this is the thing, the love of money, the love of money
Exactly.
is the root of all evil.
Exactly, because if you have money and all you keep doing is like, how can I make more money? How can I make money? Then it becomes like a unhealthy relationship with it.
Yes.
But in Canada or elsewhere, what can you do with that money? Right?
Yeah.
So this is why people need to understand the difference, like the use of money, the importance of money in this life. But also the other way to see it, I don't want to talk against banks because I'm still do business with banks. But between you and I, when was the last time like people working at the bank sit down and educate people? They don't do that. So it's up to you to go and learn that information from yourself. And it's people like us, like brokerage, who will sit down and then teach you without thinking about any financial gain. If something were to happen to you, what will happen to your family? Who's going to be taking care of them? That's how you do it. Important question.
The questions that actually matter in a family.
Yes, yes, and it is because you and I know most of the time, married couple especially, what are the two main issues that we have? Money or loyalty, right? And usually money is the one. And then we've seen so many people divorce just because of money. But if they take time to understand the importance of money and budget it properly and talk to each other properly and then be on the same level, that is when we see it. Because, and especially in our community also, I'm talking about our community because I know like a lot of black community people, they don't want to talk about money. But you will see in a couple, for example, the husband or the wife wants to have life insurance and the other one like, oh no, we don't need it. But the thing is, we don't take life insurance for ourselves. We take life insurance for our loved ones.
Yes.
You know, when you leave this world, which will happen, we just don't know when it will happen or how it will happen. So when that happens, you want to make sure that I'm leaving my wife with some kind of comfort financially, so she doesn't have to struggle. Because when somebody passes away, we cry. So I always say, like, if you don't leave anything for them financially, now we are crying twice. So you probably heard all the time people go on GoFundMe, which it is a source of helping. But I think like at this point of our life, we should all have something in place, so we don't need to go through all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you go and you know that you are leaving something for your family, you mentioned that at the beginning, you want to have peace. Like now you're living with peace, living this world with peace, knowing like, I took care of my family. Because especially if you're a husband, you want to make sure that you take care of your wife while you are alive, right? But what if you are not? Or when you are not? Who's going to help them? So this is where we go on the financial beyond and above to help these people understand that having life insurance, for example, is not about to become rich. It's about like leaving your people with peace of mind. And even for your own benefit as well, critical illness, when we talk about critical illness, we are talking about like cancer, stroke, heart attack. Sometimes it's possible that you have that, but you don't pass away. So now you are living in this life with that kind of sickness and you don't have money. So now what's happening is you're bringing more stress to your life. And you and I know that, especially as a Christian, we should avoid stress. Because when stress is coming to our life, we now start thinking about negatively and so many things is coming. But if you have taken care of that part, something happened, and then you have a company who's giving you a check, at least you know you can use that money to ease your life, paying for your bills, paying for your house. Because you and I know When we own a house in Canada or elsewhere, until you finish paying it, it's not yours. It's not yours.
Yeah.
So now imagine like you were paying everything, and then suddenly you become sick, and which you didn't plan for, but it's happened. So what do you do? So this is when it comes handy to have this information, having something in place.
Yeah.
If it's happening, at least you can help yourself and your family. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. The choices that most don't make,
Yeah.
the decisions that most don't make.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful how you're bringing it out. How are you able to assist, not just for insurance? Is there any other
Yes.
kind of help that one would get?
Yes, I actually help people in all aspects of finance that you can imagine.
Yeah.
We help them build or rebuild their credit if they don't have, especially for newcomers, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
For newcomers, I think like the most important is teaching them about credit, how credit works in Canada. Because some of them just came and then they go to a financial institution and then they're like, hey, here's a credit card. And then for those people who never got a credit card before, they just go and then this is free money, I'm going to use it. And then next thing you know, their credit score went down. And then next thing, they want to buy a house or want to buy a car. And then they got denied by the same institution who gave them a credit card, who did not teach them about how to use the credit card. For example, I have learned back in the time, you never use a credit card more than 50%. And after that, to build a good credit, don't use it more than 30%. So whatever the amount that you have in your credit card right now, you should not use more than 30% of it. But people don't think about this kind of thing. They just say like, this is money, I have money, I'm just going to spend it. But each time that you go over that percentage, then if you think that you're building your credit, you actually doing the opposite. Right. So those are the things that we are teaching people. It's not just life insurance. Like when I'm meeting people, I'm not here to sell you life insurance. I don't sell life insurance. I educate people financially. So I think the financial literacy is something, it's a campaign that we should do at church especially, because at church is the place that people like, oh my God, no, we're not going to talk about money, but we should. Of course, I'm not knowledgeable enough to cite some Bible verses like when we talk about money and stuff like that. But when I'm doing a conference or a workshop for church, that is something that I do. So I go in the Bible and show them like, hey, you see, even in the Bible, we are talking about money. Yeah. So you just need to build a healthy relationship with money for you to see like it's very important. So that's the part that people should take into consideration. Yeah. Is when we talk, when you are meeting with a financial advisor, don't talk just about life insurance. See all the support. Saving, for example, retirement. Who doesn't want to have a good retirement, right? Everybody. Yeah. But are you planning for it, right? Are you planning for it? So those are the things that we help people as well. If you think like you don't want to die soon, then you're going to be here like 65 years old, 70, 80. So at that age, you and I know you're not going to have enough strength to still work. So what you gonna do? Where's your money? Many people, when we ask that question as a financial advisor, they will say like, well, the government will give me money. But especially for people who came to Canada after you were 30 years old, there's something that we call old age security. Yes, some people will get that money, but it might take time. And those are the things that we teach people, how long you need to be in Canada before receiving this money. Are you eligible? So then we answer that question to see like, if you're eligible. But if you're not, what's going to happen? And even if you're eligible to receive that money, how much money it's going to be?
You mentioned something about rebuilding credit.
Yeah.
And what about students? Do you also help out students?
Absolutely.
International students?
And international students. In the company that I work with, we have a lot of product providers. We offer like many insurance for students. We international students. We offer like a visa for international students. So those are the things that people don't know. And that is very important. Student, for example, my daughter who just turned 18, and then I think like maybe 2 days after that, I help her getting a credit card. But I help her also understand how credit cards work. Exactly. Because students, as soon as they turn 18, they give them a credit card, but they don't teach them how to use it. So everybody, it doesn't matter your age, it's never too old or too young to learn about finances. So those are the things that we help people understand as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to mention the company that you work for and mention how people can get hold of you.
Yes. I'm working right now. We are independent broker, but I am under the umbrella of Experior Financial Group. Experior Financial Group, it's an amazing company. They work for people. They understand people. This is why I choose to be part of them on 2018. And then the CEO is amazing. The CEO would be like someone just like you and I, sitting down, having a conversation. Jamie is amazing, and then he's the kind of person who will talk to you as a friend if you need. He's not the kind of CEO like you just hear the name. He will be with you. If you reach out to him, he will be there. This is why I always encourage people, if you have to be in the financial industry, make sure that you reach out to a good company, a good company who understand families, who struggle themselves as well, because this is the best way you can help somebody, right? When you've been through something and then you see people going through the same thing. And then, yes, the reason why I was able to build a passive income for the past 6 years, that because I have built an amazing team. I think I have over 100 licensed members in my team, so which is a huge success. And then, to be honest, I don't work as active as I would want to, because I'm more about like building people. I barely go to see clients like doing a life insurance for them. Yes, if a client is asking, I'll help them, but my goal is really like to build a huge team. And for whoever watching us right now who would want to be a financial advisor, you can reach out to me. The reason why people always want to be in my team, because I sit down and help them understand how to pass the license. Without a license, you still can make money, but when you have a license, the sky is the limit. So yes, people can reach out to me for whatever the reason, just so to get some advice. Some people reach out to me like, hey, Justin, I already have life insurance in place. Can you just look at it and tell me if it's a good plan? If it's a good plan, I will tell them.
Yeah.
But if not, I will tell them, this is what I think you should have. This is the way that I see your family. This is what would be the best for your family. I don't change people's life insurance just to make commissions. I help them. And then I do a holistic approach to make sure that I get to know them. And then, yes, they can reach out to me at any time, whether by phone or by email. I'm always available to help people. And then if they wish to have a career as well. And then some people would tell you like, oh, I don't speak English, I don't have any financial background, so I cannot do it. If I tell you, when I moved in Calgary, that was in 2012 at that time, I didn't have any English. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Calgary, so I can learn English. And then I think being in the financial industry truly helped me. Yes, I'm still struggling with my English, right? My first language is French, but I think I learned enough to say like, thank God I took part of the financial industry, because by learning, by doing so many speech about finances, I learned so much. So yes, you don't need a financial background. You don't need to speak English very well to do what I'm doing. And it's open for everybody. And then as long as you have a
What do you
open.
mean by that? You don't need the financial. Oh, you don't need a financial background.
Yeah, you don't. You don't need to like. Oh, I've been going like taking some finances or business. You don't need that. As long as you're willing to learn, and then especially for newcomers, any newcomers who has a work permit, an open work permit, can join a company, and then they can. So you don't need to find a job like it has to be like a 9 to 5 job or 3 to 11 or whatever. If your goal is to be part in the financial industry, we are willing to help you and guide you from A to Z. Yeah.
Wonderful. So in Pata life, you have come from a place of pain, worked through by the grace of God, persevered to the lady that you are today. In Pata life, to ladies that are out there, to men that are out there, that are going probably similarly to through the same thing that you went through, or will go through the same thing that you went through. Someone said the other day that pain always has a purpose.
Yeah.
Pain always has a reason. So impart a life, encourage a brother,
Yeah.
encourage a sister there, and just telling them that the Lord will see you through.
Yeah. The first thing, my first message would be for women down there. I know like it took us years to be where we are right now. And people will tell us like a woman place back in the day would be in the kitchen or at home and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, you can do way much more better than that. So yes, if you are willing to learn, it's like I said, it's never too late for you to say like, I'm taking a career, I'm changing my career, or I'm getting a new career, and this is the one that I choose. So you women, you can do so much. And like you said at the beginning, like we go through so many things, but we are so strong. I think, like we said, God never put you through something that you cannot handle. So yes, if you're a single woman right now struggling financially, even if you think your credit is not good, you will never be able to get a house, I'm telling you there's hope for you. And then for men as well, most of the men that I have met back home, they came to Calgary or in Canada in general, wherever you live, they came here with a career that they had. But because now the government is telling them you have to start from scratch, so they give up. There's no more hope. But I'm telling you, you still can get a career if you want. You still can do whatever you want in this life as long as you're willing. Forget about your age. Forget about like being not motivated because it's too late. You still can get through it. But now, as a couple, I think the best advice that I could give to couple, like think about each other. Think about each other's first. Put yourself in the other person's shoes to see like, when we get married or not, but when you choose to be with somebody, you always thought at the beginning, I'm going to have your best interest. Right now, if you want your couple to work, is to see, whether financial or not, to see like, what is your best interest? What could I do? What is the next step that I can take? And then if it's come like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take life insurance because I want to make sure like when it's happened, I don't leave you behind with two type of crying. But that's the best way. You need to talk about it because finances, it's huge in couple. So yes, you have to take that time, talk to your husband, talk to your wife, or talk to your spouse and discuss finance. Start and see. The first question is where we are at right now and where do we want to be. So that's the way that we can make it happen. Yeah.
I think she's talking to me there. Where are we right now and where do we want to be? So guys, we pray that this has been a blessing to you. Keep on trusting those choices, making the right choices. I love the fact that she recognized turning to the Lord. That was the first choice. The second choice that she made, even to pursue her education in finances and such. And so I'll share her information right here. Please give her a call, check her out. And we pray that she will be a blessing to you just as she has been a blessing to us. Remember to subscribe, remember to comment, remember to share this video, remember to like, and the Lord bless you. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Goodbye.
Bye.